Thank you everybody for joining us on our discussion relating to the System 7 pads. We appreciate your interest and time. The System 7 pad has certainly met with a tremendous amount of eagerness and interest. We've had an increasing number of people that have been putting through inquiries as to them, so we thought we'd have a short discussion around them and certainly share some information and ideas and suggestions. A lot of people have been asking how to get the most out of them in relation to the applications and the chemistry that is used along with them. So we'll take a bit of a dive into that. I wanted to start just one step back, and that is in relation to agitation. So the system pad is, yes, a very, very crucial part of the agitation step. Fits into the floor maintenance pad category, which forms a critical part of agitation, but many of us perhaps overlook why agitation is so important. And I wanted to just share a couple of key points of note, because this will make the whole System 7 concept a lot more easy for you to understand. So agitation, we can pull straight out of the cleaning pie. The chemical and agitation in terms of the cleaning pie is probably the two key components of the cleaning pie, which makes the biggest difference as to whether a job is going to be successful or not. Time and temperature will certainly make it better or not, but the agitation and the chemical is what really makes the difference. So the System 7 pad is one of those things that can make the use of your chemicals so much more effective. And the agitation step is going to bring fresh chemical in touch with fresh soiling. But then perhaps more importantly is to note the importance of matching the agitation type to the surface type. The basic rule of thumb is that for smoother surfaces, we need to use a pad. For more undulating and rough surfaces, we must use a brush. So if you just have a quick look on the screen there, we have a cloth, yes, for smooth surfaces, light soiling. The pad is for smooth surfaces. The scrubbing brush, whether it's by hand or by machine, we reserve for rough and undulating surfaces. Absolutely, people are very used to the fact that we don't use a pad for rough surfaces, just simply because it doesn't work, it pulls a pad apart. Whenever you are removing serious soiling or stubborn soiling, make sure that you're using a pad when it comes to these smooth surfaces. Now, to take that pad to the next level in terms of agitation, that is where the System 7 pad comes in, on the removing of soil on smooth surfaces. So what makes a System 7 pad unique? Well, why is it that much better than a blue pad or a red pad or any of your other types of pads that we would typically use for cleaning? The System 7 pad is a cutting-edge melamine floor cleaning pad that is used with all of your typical floor cleaning machinery. And that is rotary scrubbing machines, auto scrubbers, eccentric scrubbing machines, as well as the hand pads. Can be used with a doodle bug, can be cut in half and used by hand as well. But it's probably one of the key things that makes it different to many of the all-white pads that we have currently in the market is you might like to think of the System 7 pad as a commercial version of those white pads. It lasts for a lot longer, so you get a much better longevity out of it. You also do get better cleaning. One of the key things is as well that it's the way that the resin and the adhesive work together to bind the System 7 pad together makes it quite flexible, which means that you can get much better cleaning longevity out of it. It can be re-cleaned numerous times before it starts falling apart. So the reusable washability and tear resistance is a very, very key point that we've made. You can look at getting up to 10,000 square meters of service life out of the pad on a smooth porcelain floor, which is a huge amount of square meters that you're able to clean using a proper chemistry, of course. That is very important from a cost perspective. Those two on the left-hand side, very important from a cost perspective. On the right-hand side, this is where you really get the value out of it, and that it removes impossible soiling. What a term by impossible soiling. This is soiling where we've proved time and time again where we have not been able to remove soiling either by a choice of different types of chemistry or different types of pads or agitation. And the System 7 pad has, in fact, made that difference. We've had some of the most striking examples of this difference that System 7 pads can make at cleaning of train station platforms, as well as the cleaning of floors in aquatic centers. and some of also the busy laneways in some of the busy retail centers as well. Fully structured ceramic tiles are probably one of the most difficult ones to get clean from years and years of abuse and detergent residue buildup, etc. The System 7 pad can make the difference between success and failure in these. Another application that we found out, let's say quite unexpectedly or accidentally, many of the greatest inventions, of course, in the world have come through by accident, and this is no exception, is its amazing smoke and soot residue removal. So the System 7 pad is sold extensively into the fire restoration industry for use with the Actichem Fire Restore or Fire Fix chemical solution for removing soot and smoke residue, and this includes tobacco smoke residue. So what are the main applications of the System 7 pads? The System 7 pad is used extensively, obviously, in maintenance cleaning, and these can be used on auto scrubbers, eye mops in particular, and they certainly help to extend the time between having to go back to deep cleans. One of the key reasons for that is the ability to remove soiling without a lot of chemical action being involved. So there's a much lower risk of chemical detergent residue. The particular video we're playing at the moment is with the use of a eye mop. The deep clean application of the System 7 pads is probably one of the more dramatic and more visibly pleasing uses for the System 7 pad. The video we're showing you there has got its use on an auto scrubber on one of those difficult structured ceramic tiles. So those tiles that are shown in that picture can be a real headache, especially for contract cleaners in some of these commercial areas. So match this up with an alkaline cleaner such as the TNG Cleaner LF, and the results, yes, are very stunning. And lastly is the System 7 pad's use on fire restoration. We have a situation that we have in the video there of a ColorBond roof. This is in fact an outdoor patio that used to have a brazier burning for many years underneath it, and of course the soot and smoke residue has virtually permeated that paint. It makes it very difficult to clean. If anybody's ever tried to clean smoke residue of ColorBond, you'll certainly appreciate the success and the ease of success of this particular video. So having a look at those different surfaces, we've gone from tiles through to ColorBond in the previous couple of slides. It does work across many surfaces. Probably the only key thing that has to be taken into account of is that it does need to be a relatively smooth surface. The porcelain ceramic tiles are an obvious one. Terracotta and quarry tiles. Natural stone surfaces has become a very strong favorite on polished marble and granite flooring. Terrazzo, talking about unsealed terrazzo floors, polished concrete. Plastic surfaces is a very interesting one. Got some pictures of some chairs there, but we've had many instances of the ability to remove graffiti and things like this with the aid of a good quality spray and wipe and a System 7 pad, where typical graffiti removal would perhaps damage the plastic or the perspex that it is on. And then finally, painted walls and surfaces. Predominantly, this is painted concrete or painted plasterboard, and used extensively in this application in removal of smoke and soot residue. The question is, how does the System 7 pad simplify tough cleaning tasks? So let's have a look at it in a bit of a deeper way. A couple of key points in how the System 7 pad can make your job easier and quicker, and at the end of the day, make it more cost effective and drive value into your business, is the ability for it to remove super stubborn soiling and discoloration. So not only does this particular application of System 7 pad mean that you're able to get a job done faster, but it also is a demonstration to your client of the effectiveness of your company, the resources that you have available to you to remove soiling that others have left behind. This particular picture that we have was taken at a train station in Sydney, a perfect witness to an area that other contract cleaners were not able to remove that soiling. The System 7 pad had the soiling virtually running off in brown sauce. It also restores the slip resistance to hard floors, another key and critical area. It is compatible with all cleaning equipment types, so you don't need to change your cleaning equipment type. You've likely got the cleaning equipment type already that is compatible with these pads. It is also compatible with a wide variety of acid and alkali detergents. Of course, there is some favorite Actichem ones, which we will discuss shortly. And furthermore, its excellent durability and service life. So where you may have been having a measure of success with some of the melamine pads out on the market, what you'll love about the System 7 pad is the ability to be able to enjoy much, much better long life out of these pads. In terms of maintenance cleaning, there is certainly preference for, say, a white pad or a brush on many of these application surfaces, on smooth tiles, in busy areas. The System 7 pad does come in and make a huge difference in a sense that so much more of your cleaning is attained by the pad itself and not by the chemical. And what this equates to is a far, far lower risk of detergent residue removal. Now, detergent residue buildup. Detergent residue buildup in areas of tiled floors is a huge problem across the cleaning world. The System 7 pad plays a key role in reducing that possibility. So if floors are cleaned better and quicker, ensures that your floors are maintained and the slip resistance is maintained. And we also find that they're improving on quicker drying times. The detergent residue removal ability of the System 7 pads is quite unique. This particular video is a very, very stark example and quite stunning actually as to how effective it is. On the left-hand side, we're using a standard pad. On the right-hand side, we'll use a System 7 pad, which is using just simply water on both. As you can immediately see as to how more effective the System 7 pad was removing of that detergent residue off those tiles. Once again, it just proves how much more effective how much more of the system relies on the activity of the System 7 pad as opposed to the chemistry. Smoke and soot residue removal is normally done using one of the Actichem Fire Fix or Fire Restore. This particular panel that we've got there is a panel sent into us with a very severe smoke residue in view of trying to remove the smoke and soot residue without damaging the paintwork. With the aid of the Actichem fire restoration chemicals and the System 7 pad, it has made a huge difference. What we are finding with many of the soot and smoke residue removal applications is that painted walls are often cleaned and then have to be repainted at the end. With the use of the System 7 pad, many times the painting step has been avoided altogether. So there's a couple of key techniques that I want to just go over with you just to make a point as to how we can get the most out of the System 7 pad. Always use the pad wet. The pad is not designed to be used dry. And this is quite critical in terms of the longevity of the pad to maintain it, especially when using a auto scrubber. Always clean with the grey speckled side of the pad. That is the foam looking side of the pad. The white side of the pad, which may look more like Velcro or a white polishing pad. This side is designed to hold onto the pad drive or the holder. And thirdly, always combine it with the correct chemicals. Point in relation to the correct chemicals, obviously the Actichem chemicals are designed to be used with the System 7 pad where relevant, but a key point about it is that any chemical that is too foamy will clog up the pad and you will not get the use out of it, including thickened chemicals. So let's just say, for instance, a cream cleanser. Cream cleanser is not going to work well with a System 7 pad. So let's have a look at some of those combinations that we have with the chemistries. In terms of tile and grout cleaning, the best combination for deep cleans and even for detergent residue removal And maintenance cleans is the tile and grout cleaner LF and the System 7 pad. So the tile and grout cleaner LF has been worked specifically so that it works extremely well with the System 7 pad, and that's a chemical that is normally used with. The tile and grout restore is also a very popular one with the System 7 pad. The tile and grout restore is an acidic product and can provide extremely good results, especially in wet areas such as aquatic centers and in showers and washroom areas. So certainly the tile and grout restore is another ideal combination, but more just for those specific areas. If you also have got areas with detergent residue that is not getting as good results with the tile and grout cleaner LF, you can try switch across to the TNG restore. And lastly is the fire restore and the fire fix plus a System 7 pad, which is used for fire restoration, smoke and soot removal. The three main types of System 7 pads that we have available is the round disc pad, which you can use on a rotary scrubbing machine or on an auto scrubber with a variety, which come in a variety of different diameters. And then we also have an eccentric pad that is used for the rectangular eccentric machines. And lastly is the hand pad, which is the size of a doodlebug, which is either used with the doodlebug itself or otherwise it is cut down into halves or thirds and used by hand. So thank you very much for listening. Thank you very much for your support. And we look forward to your further inquiries in relation to the System 7 pads. So thank you very much. We really appreciate your time. Have a great afternoon.